स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God Incarnate, who came to establish religion universal. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. Today's topic, Swami Vivekananda's dynamic teachings. Swamiji, the foremost disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, well versed in scriptures and man of spirituality. He gave teachings which are applicable to the whole humanity. The teachings of these great men are meant for the whole universe. There is no fanaticism, no bigotism. Their only concern is how they can raise the humanity from the turbid state. We are all struggling for happiness in life. But the ways are not really proper in achieving happiness. So we need to know how to conduct our life in order to achieve happiness and peace. Even in happiness, there is happiness which is temporary and happiness that is permanent. What the happiness we get in this world through the contact of the senses are of temporary nature. We seem to have some kind of happiness, but end up in some kind of unpleasantness. It is momentary. So, we are always fighting to get real happiness. And the teachers have told us real happiness is only to be achieved through living spiritual life. Establishing good character and conducting life in accordance with righteous principles, then only we can really have the glimpse of real happiness. Well, the whole thing is given to us. Choose what you want. All the masters have emphatically said, do not condemn anybody. Even the great poet of Karnataka state, Purandradas, he has composed several thousand songs, all with deep spiritual meaning. In one of the songs he says, Acharavillada nalige, ninna neecha buddhiya bidu nalige. He says, that means, O tongue, give up your bad habit. Behave properly. Don't speak ill of others. Repeat God's name. Like that the Purandradas says in the song. It's a very beautiful song. Sri Ramakrishna also has said in the Gospel. And Swami Vivekananda has said many things which are very beneficial for uplifting our life. If you scan through complete works of Vivekananda, it runs to 9 volumes, you come across numerous instructions, valuable, impressive, inspiring instructions. There Swami Vivekananda says, condemn none. If you can stretch out a helping hand, do so. If you cannot, fold your hands. Bless your brothers and let them go their own way. On this one teaching, you can write big essay. How true it is. Morning to night, we are simply talking ill of others, chatting and chatting and chatting, losing control over the tongue, indulging in all sorts of bad actions on account of the foul language. So, most important character that we should develop is hold the tongue properly. Talk if necessary. Don't waste your energy in idle talks that are worthless and harmful. Show it in action. Do it yourself. Do not point finger in others. That's the way how we should live. So, don't waste time in condemning others. You follow what you think best. Finished. Then don't divert your attention to any other thing. Just practice it till you achieve the goal. Swamiji says, arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. Uttishtata jagrata prapyavarani bodhata. That's the meaning. Hold on to the ideal. Practice it intensely, diligently, sincerely. Never stop until you reach the goal. Once you reach the goal, you will be established in real happiness. People talk lot of things about God. It has become so common. It has lost almost its meaning. The divine content is almost lost in a way. Swamiji says, you cannot believe in God until you believe in yourself. So you must have self-confidence, tremendous faith. Then you will be able to achieve the final vision. God is the embodiment of purity and perfection. He is all pervading, ever witnessing all our actions. We may not know, but God knows what we are thinking, what we are doing. Every minutest action is recorded, is known to God. Well, God is the supreme goal. God is also described as the truth, embodiment of truth. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Sri Ramakrishna says in Kali Yuga, if you just practice truthfulness, you will reach God. That means you will know the purpose of your life. You will know who you are. Swamiji's instructions are numerous, as I said earlier. When we really begin to live in the world, then we understand what is meant by brotherhood or mankind, and not before. Living in the world, you come in association with people, and you understand the importance of brotherhood, the importance of loving one another, sharing one another, helping one another. These things you will learn. Plenty of opportunities are open to you when you are living in the world. But you must have that openness of heart. You must not be conservative. Be open. Completely open. Receive everything that is good in the society. Reject that is bad. That's the way how we should choose between good and pleasant in this world. Choose the good, reject the pleasant. So, Swamiji very clearly says, the world is a great gymnasium where we come to make ourselves strong. You have to become strong. There is no way. If you are weak, you are no more able to live the life properly. Swamiji says, weakness is death. Strength is life. Be strong. Strong in every respect. Morally, physically, intellectually. The highest strength is spiritual strength. So this world acts like a gymnasium. We come across lots of ups and downs in life, terrible sufferings. The sufferings come to make us strong, make us more and more strong. Swamiji says in one of his talks, face the brute. The sufferings are like brutes. They come. Don't run away. Face them. Swamiji says, feel like Christ and you will be a Christ. By constantly thinking of Christ, you will imbibe all the divine qualities of Lord Christ. And you become that. You become the fit instrument to manifest the qualities of Lord Christ. If you feel like Buddha, you will be a Buddha. Full of compassion and love. Hatred towards none. Always praying for peace and bliss. It is feeling that is the life, the strength, the vitality, without which no amount of intellectual activity can reach God. The will is not free. It's a phenomenon bound by cause and effect. But there is something behind the will which is free. As long as we are involved and attached to body and senses, we are under the net of cause and effect. As you sow, so you reap. Good, good, bad, bad. None can escape the law. None. You must have read the story of Ramayana, where the great king, most great king, Dasharath, very noble, generous, such a king had to suffer immensely on account of the separation of his most beloved son Rama. And that suffering was because of something which he did in his younger days inadvertently. He could shoot an arrow, but just hearing the sound, he could target. So once during the rainy season he had gone to forest for hunting. He was just contemplating on some kind of sound so that he can target the arrow. Finally heard a sound, the water making sound. He thought probably some animal might have come to drink water. So he shot the arrow. But the thing was, it was not the animal, it was a human being. It was Rishi Kumar, who was trying to fetch the water from the pond for his blind parents. The arrow hit his heart and he had to die. And the blind parents became so much agonized. And they said, Dasharath, you will also have to undergo this suffering when you are separated from your son. Like that they pronounced. Anyway, I am just giving the example. All our sufferings have got cause. Believe that. 150% it is true. Every suffering has the cause. Everything in this universe is governed by cause and effect. If you know that, then you will be able to conduct yourself properly. The more we come out and do good to others, the more our hearts will be purified and God will be in them. The moment I have realized God sitting in the temple of every human body, The moment I stand in reverence before every human being and see God in him, that moment I am free from bondage. Everything that binds vanishes and I am free. How clear cut Swami Vivekananda in his teachings. Seeing God in everyone. What a fine teaching it is. If you try to practice this one teaching, seeing divine in everyone, there is no place for hatred in your heart anymore. And you will feel the joy of freedom. Our duty is to encourage everyone in his struggle to live up to his own highest idea and strive at the same time to make the ideal as near as possible to the truth. You have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. You are your own teacher. You will understand it through maturity of experience. The goal of mankind is knowledge. Now this knowledge is inherent in man. No knowledge comes out from outside. It's all inside. What we say a man knows should in strict psychological language be what he discovers or unveils. What man learns is really what he discovers by taking the cover off his own soul, which is a mine of infinite knowledge. Another important teaching Swami Vivekananda says. All his teachings are very important. If money help a man to do good to others, it is of some value. But if not, it is simply a mass of evil. And the sooner it is got rid of, the better. All differences in this world are of degree and not of kind. Because oneness is the secret of everything. What is religion? People have become confused about the true meaning of religion. Here Swamiji clearly says, to devote your life to the good of all and to the happiness of all is religion. Whatever you do for your own sake is not religion. The greatest religion is to be true to your own nature. Have faith in yourselves. The spirit is the cause of all our thoughts and body action and everything. But it is untouched by good or evil, pleasure or pain, heat or cold, and all the dualism of nature, although it lends its light to everything. It is our own mental attitude which makes the world what it is for us. Our thoughts make things beautiful. Our thoughts make things ugly. We suffer or enjoy depending upon the mode of our thoughts. The whole world is in our own minds. Learn to see things in the proper light. First, believe in this world that there is meaning behind everything. Everything in the world is good, is holy and beautiful. If you see something evil, think that you are not understanding it in the right light, throw the burden on yourselves. In one word, this ideal is that you are divine. That intrinsic nature is in every one of us. To realize that divinity is a spiritual practice. All the powers in the universe are already ours. It is we who have put our hands before our eyes and cry that it is dark. If faith reversals had been more extensively taught and practiced, I am sure a very large portion of the evils and miseries that we have would have vanished. Where can we go to find God if we cannot see Him in our own hearts and in every living being? The Vedanta teaches that Nirvana can be attained here and now. That we do not have to wait for death to reach it. What is Nirvana? It is the realization of the self. Atman, the indwelling consciousness, the light. And after having once known that, if only for an instant, never again can one be deluded by the mirage of personality. The Vedanta recognizes no sin. It only recognizes error. Error. And the greatest error, says the Vedanta, is to say that you are weak, that you are a sinner, a miserable creature, you have no power, and you cannot do this and that. Never think that there is anything impossible for the soul. It is the greatest hearsay to think so. If there is sin, there is the only sin to say that you are weak or others are weak. Swamiji has propagated 15 laws of life. 15 laws. LAWS. Most wonderful. As I said earlier, have an attitude of learning. Be open-hearted. Be spirited. Be vigorous. Be highly active in practicing these ideas in life. Don't dissipate energy in all dirty things of the world. We are just killing our system by indulging in all sorts of things unreal. The first law of life, as Swamiji has propagated, love is the law of life. All love is expansion. All selfishness is contraction. You must feel miserable when you see you are selfish. Love is therefore the only law of life. He who loves, lives. He who is selfish is dying. Therefore, love for love's sake, because it is law of life. Just as you breathe to live. That's the first law. Love. Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ananya Bhakti, Avyabhicharani Bhakti, unadulterated love, one-pointed focus, wholehearted love. Now Krishna explains it in different ways in Bhagavad Gita. The second law, it's our outlook that matters. It's our own mental attitude which makes the world what it is for us. Our thoughts make things beautiful. Our thoughts make things ugly. The whole world is in our own hands. It is in our own minds. Learn to see things in the proper light. So, you must use our intellect in seeing the things properly. Right discrimination. Right way of analysis. Right way of grasping the things. Third, life is beautiful. First, believe in this world that there is meaning behind everything. Everything in the world is good. He is holy and beautiful. If you see something evil, think that you do not understand it in the right light. Throw the burden on yourselves. Fourth law, it's the way you feel. As I said earlier, feel like Christ and you will be Christ. Feel like Buddha and you will be a Buddha. It is feeling that is the life, the strength, the vitality, without which no amount of intellectual activity can reach God. Fifth law of life, set yourself free. The moment I have realized God sitting in the temple of every human body, the moment I stand in reverence before every human being and see God in them, that moment I am free from bondage. Everything that binds vanishes and I am free. Sixth law of life, don't play the blame game. That is, condemn none. If you can stretch out a helping hand, do so. If you cannot, fold your hands, bless your brothers, and let them go their own way. Seventh, help others. If money helps a man to do good to others, it is of some value. But if not, it is simply a mass of evil. And the sooner it is got rid of, the better. 8. Uphold your ideals. Our duty is to encourage everyone in his struggle to live up to his own highest idea and strive at the same time to make the ideal as near as possible to the truth. 9. Listen to your soul. You have to grow from inside out. None can teach you. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. 10th, be yourself. The greatest religion is to be true to your own nature. Have faith in yourselves. 11. Nothing is impossible. Never think there is anything impossible for the soul. It's the greatest hearsay to think so. If there is sin, there is the only sin to say that you are weak or others are weak. 12. You have the power. All the powers in the universe are already ours. It is we who have put our hands before our eyes and cry that it is dark. 13. Learn every day. The goal of mankind is knowledge. Now this knowledge is inherent in man. No knowledge comes from outside. It's all inside. What we say a man knows should, in strict psychological language, be what he discovers or unveils. What man learns is really what he discovers by taking the cover off his own soul, which is a mine of infinite knowledge. And 14th, be truthful. Everything can be sacrificed for truth, but truth cannot be sacrificed for anything. And 15th law, think different. All differences in this world are of degree and not of kind, because oneness is the secret of everything. So these are the 15 laws of life given by Swami Vivekananda. How nice it would be to meditate on these ideas and develop our life accordingly. I am the thread that runs through all these pearls, and each pearl is a religion or even a sect thereof. Such are the different pearls, and God is the thread that runs through all of them. Most people, however, are entirely unconscious of it. Comfort is not test of truth. On the contrary, truth is often far from being comfortable. Face brutes. This is a lesson for all life. Face the terrible, face it boldly. Like the monkeys, the hardships of life fall back when we cease to flee before them. A few heart-whole, sincere, and energetic men and women can do more in a year than a mob in a century. A tremendous stream is flowing toward the ocean, carrying us all along with it. And though like straws and scraps of paper we may at times float aimlessly about, in the long run we are sure to join the ocean of life and bliss. Satchidananda Sagar. All is a self or Brahman. The saint, the sinner, the lamb, the tiger, even the murderer, as far as they have any reality, can be nothing else, because there is nothing else. All knowledge that the world has ever received comes from the mind. An infinite library of the universe is in our own mind. Mind is the biggest library, and each is endowed with this library. But we are not using the library properly. That's the mistake. And we pay for the mistake. Heavy price we have to pay. What is that? Suffering. All that is real in me is God. All that is real in God is I. The gulf between God and me is thus bridged. Thus, by knowing God, we find that the kingdom of heaven is within us. All truth is eternal. Truth is nobody's property. No race, no individual can lay any exclusive claim to it. Truth is the nature of all souls. All who have actually attained any real religious experience never wrangle over the form in which the different religions are expressed. They know that the soul of all religions is the same, and so they have no quarrel with anybody just because he or she does not speak in the same tongue. Anything that brings spiritual, mental or physical weakness, touch it not with the toes of your feet. Anything that is secret and mysterious in these systems of yoga should be at once rejected. The best guide in life is strength. In religion, as in all other matters, discard everything that weakens you. Have nothing to do with it. Are great things ever done smoothly? Time, patience, and indomitable will must show. Are you unselfish? That's the question. If you are, you will be perfect without reading a single religious book, without going into a single church or temple. As body, mind or soul, you are a dream. You really are being, consciousness, bliss, Satchidananda. You are the God of this. As long as we believe ourselves to be even the least different from God, fear remains with us. But when we know ourselves to be the one, fear goes. Of what can we be afraid? As soon as I think that I am a little body, I want to preserve it, to protect it, to keep it nice at the expense of other bodies. Then you and I become separate. As soon as you know the voice and understand what is, the whole scene changes. The same world which was a ghastly battlefield of Maya is now changed into something good and beautiful. Be a hero. Always say, I have no fear. Tell this to everyone, have no fear. Be perfectly resigned, perfectly unconcerned. Then alone can you do any true work. No eyes can see the real forces. We can only see the results. Put out self. Forget it. Just let God work. It is His business. Blows are what awaken us and help to break the dream. They show us the inefficiency of this world and make us long to escape, to have freedom. Both the forces of good and evil will keep the universe alive for us until we wake up from our dreams and give up this building of mud paste. Come out into the broad light of day. Come out from the little narrow paths. For how can the infinite soul rest content to live and die in small ruts? Come out into the universe of light. Everything in the universe is yours. Stretch out your arms and embrace it with love. If you ever felt you wanted to do that, you have felt God. Delusion will vanish. As the light becomes more and more effulgent, load after load of ignorance will vanish. And then will come a time when all else has disappeared and the sun alone shines. Desire, ignorance, and inequality. This is the trinity of bondage. Despondency is not religion. Whatever else it may be, do any deserve liberty who are not ready to give it to others? Let us calmly go to work instead of dissipating our energy in unnecessary fretting and fuming. Do not look back upon what has been done. Go ahead. Don't look back. Forward. Infinite energy, infinite enthusiasm, infinite daring, and infinite patience. Then alone can great deeds be accomplished. Each work has to pass through these stages. 1. Ridicule. 2. Opposition. And then acceptance. Those who think ahead of their time are sure to be misunderstood. Even the greatest soul Even the greatest fool can accomplish a task if it were after his or her heart. But the intelligent ones are those who can convert every work into one that suits their taste. Every action that helps us manifest our divine nature more and more is good. Every action that retards it is evil. Every individual is a center for the manifestation of a certain force. This force has been stored up as a resultant of our previous works, and each one of us is born with this force at our back. Every step I take in light is mine forever. Everything must be sacrificed, if necessary, for that one sentiment, universality. Fill the brain with high thoughts, highest ideals. Place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. First get rid of the delusion I am the body, then only we will want real knowledge. Freedom can never be reached by the weak. Throw away all weakness. Tell your body that it is strong. Tell your mind that it is strong, and have unbounded faith and hope in yourself. Go on saying, I am free. Never mind if the next moment delusion comes and says, I am bound. Dehypnotize the any struggle, and you will see that his grace will never come. God is self-evident, impersonal, omniscient, the knower and the master of nature, the Lord of all. He is behind all worship, and it is being done according to him, whether we know it or not. Great work requires great and persistent effort for a long time. Character has to be established through 1,000 stumbles. Have you got the will to surmount mountain-high obstructions? If the whole world stands against you, sword in hand, would you still dare to do what you think is right? He whom the sages have been seeking in all these places is in our own hearts. The voice that you heard was right, says Vedanta, but the direction you gave to the voice was wrong. Hold to the idea, I am not the mind. I see that I am thinking. I am watching my mind act, and each day the identification of yourself with thoughts and feelings will grow less, until at last you can entirely separate yourself from the mind and actually know it to be apart from yourself. You are beyond body and mind. However we may receive blows, and however knocked about we may be, the soul is there and is never injured. We are that infinite. If a piece of burning charcoal be placed on a man's head, see how he struggles to throw it off? Similar will be the struggle for freedom of those who really understand that they are slaves of nature. If superstition enters, the brain is gone. Don't believe in superstitions. If there is one word that you find coming out like a bomb from the Upanishads, bursting like a bombshell upon masses of ignorance, it is the word fearlessness. Abhihi, abhihi, abhihi. So, the more you think of God, the more you become selfless, the more you become strong, and you feel the joy of divine happiness. When you are able to live the life of spirituality. Let us try to follow all these laws of life given by Swami Vivekananda. Sri Ramakrishna and Swamiji have given infinite ideas for us to practice. The one important factor is practice. Abhyasa Yoga, Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Through Abhyasa Yoga, you can control the mind. But a strong will to practice must be there. Without strong will, without that strong determination, you will not be able to achieve the supreme goal. Let us pray to God so that He may give us great strength to practice spirituality in our life and make our life blessed. Thank you.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. May the Divine Spirit protect us, guide us, give us strength and right understanding. May we not hate one another. May love and harmony be with us all. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. May the Divine Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we work in harmony with great vigor. May our study be illuminating and fruitful. May we not hate each other. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.